Get to the chorus. Don't bore us. And that's not something that I coined. I've heard that many times before. It's in various different books, and it's a common thing. So I'll just start reading my article, and I'll add whatever I think comes to mind. So way too often, I hear original songs that start off really cool, but then somehow lose the listener. They are kind of run on or go nowhere. So here's my take on the chorus. As I see it, verses are like the setup of a good joke, and the chorus is the punchline. They both work together, and each has little meaning or impact without the other. The punchline is usually real simple. It's usually really a real simple comment, but it has a lot of impact because it's already been set up and brings the whole idea to some resolution. All music, and life for that matter, can be considered a transition between tension and resolution. That's an important concept in music. It's in all forms of art. All music and life, for that matter, can be considered a transition between tension and resolution. One is a lead-in that explains where you're coming from in the story you're telling. That's what the verse would be. And the chorus kind of sums up your point or feeling in a memorable, impacting way. The song can't just go. It's got to go somewhere. It's got to go to some destination. The chorus is your destination. It's your home. And the verse is the road you travel to get there. The road can be winding and full of many sights, but your home is comfortable and consistent. Your chorus. Like, the verse would be all the crappy things someone did to you, and the chorus would be a line or two saying, that sum it up. Like, I hate you, or I love you. When it comes to choruses, think simple. There's a beauty and an art to simplicity. And that is the part of the song that it is most appropriate in for simplicity. All the great artists had an understanding of simplicity. Beethoven wrote some of his most beautiful parts were incredibly simple. I think it takes much more artistry to make something that's really simple be great art. But most art is, it's not as much as all the stuff you put into it. It's the stuff you don't put into it. You chip away, kind of like if you're a sculptor, you're chipping away everything that's bad, and what's left is the beautiful sculpture. So the same thing with art and songwriting, if you think of it that way. Same thing with mixing as well. So the verse is where you've done the more intricate foreplay and created some kind of tension and anticipation. If you don't do that right, then the chorus doesn't really pay off much if you haven't created that tension. Just like foreplay. And the chorus is the real basic, straightforward, and raw climax of your idea, your emotion, whether it be anger, happiness, love, whatever. That's why simplicity works best. Resolution of tension, by definition, must be simple, basic. Although the situation leading to an emotion may be very complex, the resulting emotion in and of itself is usually nothing complicated, but very honest and basic. There may be shades, but you're either sad or you're not. You're happy or you're not. You're in love or you're not. At least for the moment. And all the song is how you feel in a moment. It's a snapshot in time. That's why, that's another thing I tell people. They have songs and they put every aspect of the relationship that they had and try to put it into one song. Like, no, that maybe how you felt when you first met is one song. How you felt when you broke up was another song. How you felt about the relationship is another song. How you felt about the same thing on a different day is different, and that might be a whole other song. I've written 2 or 3 songs on the same relationship, completely different songs. Just, you could even be thinking about a relationship over the course of an hour and think of it in 5 different perspectives, positive, negative, whatever. Those are all different songs. All the songs is a snapshot of one perspective. And then if you have other ideas, well, that might be a different song. So all the song is how you feel in a moment in time. You may feel completely different a moment later. But then that's another perspective and another song altogether now, isn't it? Don't try to capture everything you've ever felt in one song. It's a snapshot of a sentiment, a conclusion in some way. There are so many parallels to the tension resolution concept everywhere, because this is a paradigm that is everywhere in the universe. Sex is obviously a great analogy to illustrate tension and resolution. One without the other is anticlimactic, literally. And a matter of speaking, and resolution is very base. And orgasm is a very straightforward, honest, simple thing. Most great philosophers feel simplicity is the way to true peace. Are there exceptions? Sure. There are no true rules, just perspectives that you could take that could take you in one direction or could help you communicate better. It's all about communication. And we've been communicating through stories, through Shakespeare, through art since the beginning of recorded history and probably before that. So we've learned a thing or two about how the human brain communicates. And that's what songwriting concepts, and that'll be a whole nother, blog, and a whole nother video talking about songwriting concepts and why. You don't want to be a formulaic songwriter, but at the same time you need to understand the craft, because that's necessary for you to be able to communicate. So you got to know the rules and what they do, so when you bend them or break them, you know the ramifications and how to balance that out somewhere in some other way so as to gain more than you lose in the process. That's one of the biggest things in songwriting. So that's the end of that segment.